I'm going to show you how to make Kreative Kiwi's free apple coaster, and for that I'm going to be using my 4x4 hoop, 2 layers of wash away stabiliser, my threads, matching bobbins for the apple, the leaf and the stalk, my squizzers, fabrics cut to size, and I've got a scrap of cotton quilter's batting here. Underneath this video there's lots of information in the video description for you, so please do take the time to read it. Start off by hooping your 2 layers of wash away stabiliser. And I like to pin mine around the top edge. It stops the stabiliser from being pulled down between the hoop frame while it's stitching. Load the file into your machine, and then you're going to stitch round number 1, which is going to give you your placement outline. Place your batting over the outline and tape it in place. Pop your hoop back into your machine and stitch round number 2 to secure it. Trim away the excess batting from around the stitch line. Place your apple fabric over the apple and then tape it in place. Pop your hoop into your machine and stitch round number 3 to secure it. You're now going to trim up just around this area here where you're going to put your leaf fabric. Place your leaf fabric over the outline, and all your fabrics are the right side up for this, and tape it in place. Pop it into your machine and stitch round number 4 to secure it. We're now going to trim up around the same area along here, and this is to reduce the bulk. You're now going to pop that back into your machine and stitch round number 5, and that's going to zigzag this raw edge. Next is round number 6, and that's going to stipple quilt all over the apple. So load whatever thread you want for that into your machine. I'm sticking with the red. Load your thread for the low lighting into your machine, and then you're going to stitch round number 7, and that's going to do the low lighting here and along here. Change your thread to the white for the highlighting, and then stitch round number 8. If you wanted to add your own design or wording, now is the time to do so. We're now going to do the back, and we're going to do it in exactly the same way as we did for the front. The only difference is there won't be the highlight and the low light or the stippling on this. It will be a bit plainer. If you wanted to, you could add the back and the front at the same time, and that way you would have exactly the same on the back as you have on the front, and you'd have to use matching bobbin and thread for every colour. We're now going to turn the hoop over, and place the backing fabric for the apple over the outline and tape it in place. You're now going to pop that into your machine and stitch round number 9, and I've loaded my red thread back into my machine. You might want to do the same for your apple thread. Whoops, I forgot to change the thread colour. I'll do that now. It's not going to make any difference, it's going to be hidden by the satin stitching anyway. We're now going to trim up around this area on the back, so turn your hoop over and trim up around here. Place your leaf fabric over the back and then tape that in place. Stitch round number 10 to secure it. You're now going to trim up the excess fabrics from both back and front of your hoop. So turn your hoop over . Make sure you've got your matching bobbin and thread in your machine for the apple, and then you're going to stitch round number 11, and that's going to do the satin stitching around here. Change your matching bobbin and thread to your leaf colour, and then you're going to stitch round number 12, and that's going to do the leaf detail and the satin stitching around the edge. Change your matching bobbin and thread to the colour you want for your stalk, and then stitch round number 13. You're now going to free your apple from the hoop, so turn your hoop over and trim around the edge, taking care of course not to cut any of the stitching. All that remains now is to dissolve the excess wash away stabiliser. So some warm water in a cotton bud, dip it in and just wipe it round the edge. I'm going to give you a quick tip about wash away stabiliser. Now, if you press your applique after you've made it and you use a steam setting, it's going to wrinkle, and you may have thought that you have ruined your applique, but the easiest solution is to put it in your washing machine on a warm wash and wash out all of the stabiliser. Dry it, press it, and it will be as good as new. All the time that you've got a little bit of stabiliser in it, it's going to dry stiff, and again the solution for that is just to keep washing it. It will go eventually. I hope you enjoyed this stitch along. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to be notified of new videos as they're published. Do pop along to Kreative Kiwi's Facebook group, there's lots of ideas and inspiration there for everybody, and thank you very much for joining me.